Hello everybody and welcome back to Masu Pro Wrestling. I'm your host and sole commentator, Masu Pro Wrestlington, and we are coming off of a crazy Carnal Chaos premium live event where history was made, things had been changed, the whole ecosystem of MPW was flipped completely upside down. But there is one thing for certain, that this first competitor is undoubtedly, unscrutably, unmistakably a bear. A bear is going to be starting us off for tonight. And we know that the bear is probably feeling pretty good with himself because his best friend, Greg, picking up his first ever Icon Division Championship. And something big is on the horizon as we just finished Carnal Chaos. But there's one big thing looming over the horizon of MPW. And that is the next premium live event. Not only are we in no man's land to figure out who will be the #1 contender, who will be a #1 contender for the Icon Division Championship, and the Idol Division Championship, and the Tag Team Division Championship, or the Tag Team Championship, but this premium live event is, I believe, one more time. MPW presents one more time. Or no, last call. It's MPW presents last call because we are running into the last call for opportunities, which means we will be having our second annual 30-participant Battle Royal to determine the #1 contender for either the Idol Division or the Icon Division, going in to see you next time. And that will be a wrap for Season 2. Open up the zoos because our opening match will be between a bear and the mastodon behemoth known as Bonk, the Super Naiyan, one half of the MPW Tag Team Champions, dethroning Emrys Morgana and ShmeepsWorld, the team of La Primera, with his partner Dragthulu. Big wins for both of them. Getting a win over a potential tag team challenger. A bear usually runs with Greg in the championship, the tag team matches, but doesn't mean that Greg couldn't do double duty. But Greg now being the Icon Division champion, maybe a bear is going to team with someone else from the coalition. Bonk did have the golden opportunity in Season 2. Failed to cash it in on Flair. And then went on to pick up the Tag Team Champions. So Bonk has had a pretty rough go in this Season 2. Hasn't seen too many title opportunities, but is one of the first ever Grand Slam champions in MPW, meaning they got a World Champion, the Openweight Championship, and the Tag Team Championships. They've held all of the potential championships they can hold in their division. Bonk and Drag made themselves Grand Slam champions 2 months ago, I think, or a month ago. A bear versus Bonk. These two behemoths, these two animals stepping into the ring with each other. We'll see if the ring can even hold them. The bear jumping down and biting onto the long face of Bonk. Head kick to the horse. That's why the long face. Forearm takes him down. And the elbow drop. Bonk grabs the legs. Dragon screw leg whip. And now Bonk going up top. What is he thinking about? Have you ever seen a horse fly? Elbow. Floats over into the pin. Hooks the legs. Pulls the arms close. Kick out at 1. A win for a bear could be really big. The bosses upstairs are looking at every opportunity that people take. And if you can pick up a win against any champion, even the tag team champions, it could potentially see a future title shot opportunity. And knowing that a bear is a tag team competitor, has been in the tag team division, boss upstairs might even expedite his championship title opportunities. Bumps him. A bear sent into the corner. Goes for the big boot, gets caught into the tree of woe position. And now just using him as a punching bag. Knee strikes where he's got nowhere to go. Two count. Bonk eyeing him up through the middle ropes like a fucking spear. But crashes and burns as the bear throws him into the solid steel steps. Tossing Bonk around on the outside. Speaking of the 30 participant battle royal, we know that a bear is going to be hyped for that one, as he almost won it last year in his debut match. Samoan drop. A bear eliminated so many people. I'm going to have to go back through that battle royal and actually do the numbers, but... Oh! Bonk was going for that big uppercut. The bear had it scouted, blocked it. Bonk suplex into the corner, dropping him. Dumping the bear onto his head, and that's all that weight just landing on his neck. Or knee drop, excuse me. Bonk going to all corners. Flying forearm. Unfortunately, doesn't connect. Bonk is crashing a lot in this match. Uppercuts. The bear's eyeing him up. Grabs him, throws him into the third corner. They're taking this to all four corners. Muay Thai clinch in the corner. Knees to the liver. Now rubbing the claws off the rope, and big bear boot. The claws cutting Bonk open with that one. Uppercuts galore from the bear. And now he's mauling Bonk! The bear is mauling him! You gotta remember that this is not a wrestler. This is a trained, maybe trained bear. It is a wild animal that you're stepping into the ring with. Putting it on display right there. Kick out of 2 for one half of the tag team champions. Picks him up, reversal, big kick to the back of the head. Bonk's back up, beam clash! Beam clash by Bonk. Bear's really close to the ropes, though. Bonk gonna try it again, this time connects. Sending the bear into the barricade. Exactly what it's there for. to keep the bear inside. Sending him into the steps. Chest first on all those corners, and another left hand, another fist to the head. Just punching at his ears and bouncing him off that. They have till the count of 10 to get back into the ring, and now Bonk busting the bear open. Sending him across the ring 6, or across the outside, around the outside. The bear is out cold. 7, Bonk. Sonny maybe doesn't want to win by countout, or he doesn't think it's going to be enough. Up and over. The bear gets Bonk into the ring. Clothesline now. The bear's picking up speed. He's looking a little bit dazed, a little bit darker behind the eyes. I don't know if the bear knows where he is right now, but he just sees someone in front of him. Bear hug. Spine buster. Putting Bonk on his back. Kick out of 2. Bonk back up. Reversal step up Enziguri doesn't quite get all of it, but sends him into the back corner. Now the bear putting Bonk up on top. What is the bear looking for? Oh my god, just tossing him to the outside. Tossing Bonk like a sack of shit to the floor from the top rope. Bonk finding whatever energy is left in him to come back into the ring. Judo toss. And Bonk takes it. Just barely. From the skin of his teeth, the tag team champion picks up the win. I mean, we usually see Bonk a hard-fought win, like a very dominant, very powerful behind there, but Bonk looked like he was throwing everything he had to take out the bear. But he does that, picks up the win, and we'll move on to our next match of the night. It is time for our second match of the night. Some Idol Division one-on-one contests. We know that this person is quite happy after Saturday's events. The right hand of the Shogunate, Ayasu. One-third of the Shogunate was the only one not on the show last week, or on Saturday. I guess that is last week. Last week, Saturday. The Shogunate had a rough start, but finished strong. Rize defended the championship, holding it for another handful of days. And Ayasu is maybe looking to get another shot at a championship. Maybe an openweight championship, or even just, I mean, if Ayasu or Azanaza, we've seen many a times the Shogunate using any cheap tactic they can to win. But Azanaza and Ayasu, they could potentially pick up a #1 contenders match just to give Rize the win. And if that happens, like, Rize could be the champion for forever, man, you know? And it will be ShmeepsWorld. I feel like it's very rare we see ShmeepsWorld without Empress Morgana in her corner. But After losing the tag team champions, Team La Primera seemed to be on shaky standings. Amaris Morgana used to keep BeepsWorld on a tight leash, and now she's just kind of letting her run wild, which could be bad for the other Idol Division members. Speaking, again, of the 30-participant Battle Royal at Last Call, BeepsWorld debuted as number 2, I believe. Number 1 or 2 in the 30-participant Battle Royal. Could we see BeepsWorld once again entering that 30-participant Battle Royal and maybe winning it this time? The slow, methodical walk of BeepsWorld. And as someone who has been in the ring with BeepsWorld, I have to say that I would not like that to happen again. Yasu versus BeepsWorld. If BeepsWorld could get a win over one of the Shogunate's members, I mean, Boss Upstairs might be looking at a potential title shot, at least a #1 contenders match. Because not only do people have to prepare for the 30-participant Battle Royal, but they could just get a championship match going into it. Shoulder into the turnbuckle, and then a big boot straight to the head. Running DDT by BeepsWorld. Ayasu back up onto their feet. They're Ayasu trying to maintain some kind of control, but BeepsWorld immediately taking it out. Busting Ayasu open. And a back and forth. Ayasu sending BeepsWorld off the ropes. Back into their slingshotting him back into their forearm. BeepsWorld, the arm drag, takes Ayasu down. Common battle of red versus blue. The skull end. Skull end by BeepsWorld. Knee strike. As Ayasu could barely make it to their knees. And a right hand just rocking Ayasu. BeepsWorld maintains control. Continuing to stomp out Ayasu. Ayasu, though, as I say that, twisting dimensions, floats over but gets caught into the ropes. BeepsWorld rolls to the outside. So does Ayasu. Elbow thwarted by BeepsWorld, and that's going to plant her onto the concrete. And a forearm combination, working over the knee, trying to work on the large legs of BeepsWorld, take down the center of gravity of the giant, and they'll fall like a tree. Like they say, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And there ain't much anybody bigger than BeepsWorld. Tossing BeepsWorld, though, I say that. And Ayasu, with the strength of an ox, just tossing BeepsWorld. There is a count out. Ayasu breaks the count. I don't know if that was a smart move. They almost had it. I don't know if BeepsWorld would have been able to make it back into the ring in time. They almost had a count-out victory, but I guess they want to make sure the Shogunate doesn't look weak. Driving BeepsWorld back into the barricade. Elbow drop, but lands on concrete. Sheesh. It's waiting BeepsWorld around for a German. Now BeepsWorld sending them into the corner of the French-Canadian commentators table. Right on the corner. My God. Breaks up the count again. Ayasu does not want to win by a count out. Sending BeepsWorld back into the ring. Going up top. I mean, we don't usually see Ayasu dive like that, but an elbow drop to the back. Could BeepsWorld be out of it? Cut on the top right of her eye. Near fall. Ayasu thought she had it. Feeling the blues to BeepsWorld. And I know BeepsWorld's going to be kick at it too. I'm not going to finish that sentence. Could we be looking for another one? Oh, but BeepsWorld had it scouted that time. Up against the ropes and up and over. Practicing for that over-the-top rope battle royal. Knee strike again, those bionic knees and elbows. The damage is going to add up. BeepsWorld is showing a little bit more emotion than we usually see from a cold, unfeeling android. Or I guess cyborg. 7. I don't know if BeepsWorld is going to be so... Okay, commentator's curse. I was going to say, I don't know if BeepsWorld is going to be so kind as to break up the count, but looks like BeepsWorld is not done toying with her food. Masu wasting no time to get back into the ring. Sharing her thoughts about BeepsWorld as BeepsWorld gets back into the ring. Spinning BeepsWorld around. Twisting. No! Rolls through, does BeepsWorld. Ayasu won't stay down. It doesn't matter what BeepsWorld does. Gets back up, drop kick. Oh, maybe going for a feeling the blues. BeepsWorld had it scouted again. Ayasu, though, reversal rolls through. Arm drag. A clubbing blow to the back. Elbow drop off the ropes. Ayasu's got to hit something big to end it. And just as I say, Ayasu's feeling the end, and BeepsWorld is feeling the blues for a second time. Make sure to go for a more traditional pin that time, and Ayasu picks up a big win. With blood dripping down her face, she takes down BeepsWorld. Continuing to show the strength of the Shogunate. As we'll move on to our semi-main event of the night. Alright, it's time for the semi-main event of the evening. The Dark Horse of MPW will be starting us out for this match. Another Icon Division single first fall to a finish contest. One-on-one, it is Dabi. Definitely a dark horse in MPW looking for another shot at the Icon Division Championship. No one expected Greg would be the first one in the coalition to win the Icon Division Championship, but now he's going to have a whole slew of challengers. Dobby was... I'm never going to let go of... Dobby was very close to finishing Zarataro's title reign early, but was unable to. And I know someone... This man right here is someone that wants to get his hands on Greg. Someone that was not too happy that Greg was the one to pick up the championship last Saturday. Gaelic Angel looking to do whatever it takes to make it all the way back to the title contention. Someone that has a little bit of a workplace beef with Greg. Gaelic Angel's partner Unchained was in the championship match, but was unable to pick up the championship. Maybe his tag team partner can show how it's done in making it all the way. We know the Greg Nation stands with Greg. Gaelic Angel versus Dobby. Out the gate, both of them running at each other, but Angel wins in the collide. And a jackknife powerbomb from Angel. Dobby's the only wrestler that can fight in dress pants and a dress shirt, as Angel lands right in front of the French-Canadian commentator's table, crashing and burning, sit-out powerbomb onto the concrete. Over the top rope, practicing. Everybody's practicing for the over-the-top rope battle royal. Oh my lord! Launching Angel across the outside. Like I said, an unorthodox dark horse that is Dobby. Charging right through him. And now mounting him. Over the knee, bouncing him head first. These two have a similar style of just wanting to beat the hell out of each other. Not in anything technical. Just, these are two types of guys you would not want to see on the other end of a bar fight. DDT. Imagine getting DDT'd in a bar fight. Jackknife powerbomb, bouncing his head off the turnbuckles. And up and over again this time, colliding! And catching his mark right in front of the French-Canadian commentator's table, giving them a show. Running right through him. But Angel gets right back up. Dobby gets back in the ring, misses the clothesline. This time does Angel. And sends Dobby into the corner. Big splash forearm. Goes for the cover. 2 count. Near fall for Angel. Over the top. Or onto the top rope. Double axe handle. Angel has Dobby up on his shoulders. Fall from grace. In the corner, but not close enough to the ropes. Kick out of 2. An explosive kick out from Dobby. And Angel once again setting him up. God's last gift. No! Northern Lights suplex reversal. Dobby doesn't want to get put out too quickly. Picking up Angel for the gun stun! Kick out of 2 by Angel. Dobby looking to put him away. Final ignition! 2! Near fall again. Dobby had everything lined up, but didn't expect Angel to kick out. Dobby going up top. What is he looking for all the way up here in the high red district? Caught by Angel. Snatched out of the sky. And a crossbody catches him off guard. Clothesline. Hooks him and slams him down. That combination of explosion, that explosion of maneuvers, almost taking out Dobby. For the second try, God's last gift! But Angel's not done. Off the rope, splash, gets the knees up. Dobby with the double axe handle knocks him down. Flips him out of the corner. Dobby, there he goes, stun gun. Gun stun, not stun gun. Stun gun would make sense. Gun stun. Sends him into the corner. What is Dobby looking for here? Flips him around. What is Dobby looking for in this corner? Has Angel up in a precarious spot avalanche powerbomb to put Angel away, and he does. Angel's eyes rolling in the back of his skull after that one. Dobby picks up a massive and impressive win, as we will move on to the main event of the night next. It is time for the main event of the evening. The longest reigning and defending Idol Division champion of all time, Rize, coming off of a big defense against Tyranno Maximum, TeaTheShiba, and ShmeepsWorld with Azanaza Ayasu in her corner, the Idol Division champion. The right and left hand of the Shogunate following her. They were unable to come to ringside because of the Fatal 4-Way match, but now they are following their leader. And her opponent is someone that was unable to make it to that championship match, but definitely someone that is in contention for the championship. One of the most dominant idols in the division. the spookiest member, Rocky. Rocky it's gotta be one of the best right now in this division wrestlers out there, but when it comes to getting those big shots, hasn't been able to secure the victory. I believe they're the second longest reigning Idol Division champion of all time. Let me double check that. Yep, 93 days as champion, the second longest reigning. Rize versus Rocky. The champion versus one of the most dominant idols in the division right now. We'll have to see. Rize has been pretty dominant as she has got 7 title reigns as champion, but we'll have to see outside of the championship matches, how is she gonna fare? Powerbomb off the rope. I don't know, fancy little thing. But also, she does have the Shogunate in her corner. It's a big bonus. Not only morale, but for them to do some of that sneaky shit. German suplex. Goes for the cover, kick out at 1. Rocky exited into the wolf's den and immediately came back saying, nope. Chop. Caught. Rize with the toss. Drop toe hold, puts him into the submission. Big sit-down choke slam. That overhead chop. I've said this before, but there's not many people that can slap you as devastatingly as Rocky. Rocky's slaps are like bullets to the head. Bullets of meat. It's gonna send her fist right through the chest of Rize. And a big boot. Rize off the top. Leg drop onto the floor. That must have not felt good, but it must have been a nice shot from the French-Canadian commentator's table. As Rize is going to flatten Rocky on the outside. Boom. Rocky sends Rize back into the ring at 7. Rize had an incredibly impressive showing. I think he might have been going for the spear there, but Miss had an incredibly impressive showing at Carnal Chaos. Taking out a lot of her contenders. Hooks the leg, doesn't hold it for the pin, though. Tyranno Maximum nearly took the win, though. Only for Rize to Twist of Fate, Wrath of God, Ty picking up the win. And that, like I said, that slap from Rocky sending Rize into orbit. It was the cover on the champion. A win against the longest reigning champion would be massive for Rocky. Trying to choke her out, pulling at her neck. And the knees. Go for that back handspring knees. And a lost and found. Rize, the champion, nearly taken out in this non-title match. Ravat suplex into the barricade. Disrespectfully rubbing her boot and now kicking her in the head. 6 count. Rize sends Rocky to the barricade. 7 count. They got to figure out a time to get into the ring. Grabbing judo toss. 8. Rize trying to make make Rocky run out of time on the outside, but Rocky makes it back in. And a back body drop onto the apron. Rocky working over Rize on the outside. Rize gets back up onto her feet, punch to the gut right in front of the French-Canadian commentator's table. Scorpion death drop on the floor. Ayasu running all the way over, maybe playing guard dog. To get in the way, I mean, force a disqualification. Seven. Rize sends Rocky in. Finding security in between her forces. 8. Gets on in. Twist of Fate, no! Twist of Fate reversed. Like I said, Rocky is just so dangerous, so strong. Ozanaza throwing in the steel chair, nearly having Rocky land on it, but is distracting the ref. Could be enough, tossing Rocky over her. Combination of kicks and punches. Lining her up for the spear! Rize spearing right through Rocky. 2, kick out of 2. Rize, twist of fate! Rize going up top. What is Rize looking for up here? Drop kick. Lost and found. Rocky might have just put the champion out, and she did. A massive win for Rocky. In your main event, Rocky picks up a massive win against the champion. putting the Idol division on notice that just because the champion has held the title for so long doesn't mean they can't lose. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you guys next week. I was Masu Pro Wrestlington, and this is Masu Pro Wrestling.